Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, welcome. I'm Dr. Holly, a sex and relationship therapist, and today we're breaking down the 8 science-backed reasons why people cheat. So let's jump right in and talk about what everybody has been talking about lately, and that is the Byron scandal, in which the CEO of Astronomer was caught on camera at a Coldplay concert cuddling with a woman who was not his wife. Yes, this footage went viral, and unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably seen it and seen him being dragged and joked about and receiving a lot of public shame because of his choice to engage in this extramarital relationship in such a public setting. And though it might seem funny to gossip about, the thing is, cheating is really one of the most painful and confusing things that can happen in a relationship. It's easy to say that someone cheated because they're selfish or because they're bored, but the truth is it's almost never that simple. You see, for the most part, cheating just doesn't happen out of nowhere. In fact, researchers have identified 8 common reasons why people cheat. So whether you're trying to make sense of what happened in one of your relationships, or you're just trying to avoid the mess and a scandal yourself, this video is for you. So without further ado, here are 8 reasons why people cheat. Starting with number 1, and that is anger. This is the I'm mad and I want to hurt you back kind of cheating. Sometimes it's about revenge, and sometimes it's about acting out after being betrayed or dismissed. But really, this type of cheating isn't about attraction, it's about pain and wanting to cause your partner as much pain or hurt as you feel that they have caused you. Number 2 is sexual desire. Some people cheat because they want more sex or a different kind of sex than what they're getting at home. This doesn't always mean that they don't love their partner, but as the saying goes, if sexual needs go unmet or unspoken for long enough, they can fill that gap elsewhere. So sometimes folks are seeking extramarital relationships or sex outside the marriage because they're not feeling fulfilled with that aspect of their home lives. Reason number 3 is lack of love. In this situation, the emotional connection is gone and the partner is likely checked out or apathetic. Maybe the relationship is just going through the motions, but the love isn't really there. For many people, they cheat or engage in sexual or other intimate types of relationships to feel close, and in particular, emotionally close to people. So if they're not receiving that emotional closeness or don't feel that emotional closeness in their current relationship or marriage, they might go seek that elsewhere, or they might notice that emotional connection building kind of spontaneously elsewhere, and then that turns into cheating. Now, really quickly before we continue, if you are into content like this where we talk about sex, relationships, and all the messy stuff that no one teaches you, go ahead and tap that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. And also, it really helps with my mission of bringing free, evidence-based information on sex, relationships, and mental health to you and others. So thank you very much. And now back to our list of 8 reasons why people cheat. Reason number 4, low commitment. For some, cheating happens because the relationship was never solid to begin with. They might say that they're committed, but their behavior says otherwise. These are people who may not really buy into monogamy or who were never all in to begin with. So it's something to consider as you're entering into a new relationship, right? What are the agreements around this relationship? Are we monogamous? Are we committed to one another? Are we exclusive, right? What are the terms of the relationship agreements that you're entering into? Because if the foundation is rocky, it's not likely to survive. Reason number 5, esteem. This one's sneaky. People often cheat to feel attractive, powerful, or important, especially if they're not feeling seen in their relationship. It's less about the other person and more about what the affair makes them feel about themselves, right? It's really about feeding that esteem. So that's number 5 on why folks might cheat, is to fill that self-esteem need that they might feel like they're missing in their current partnership, or actually within themselves. Reason number 6 is situational. You're out of town, had a little bit too much to drink, A hotel bar turns into something more. This kind of cheating isn't usually planned, rather it's impulsive and reactive. But just because it just happened doesn't mean it doesn't have real-life consequences. Reason number 7 is neglect. Now this reason overlaps with lack of love, but the key difference is feeling forgotten. Your partner might still care, but if they're emotionally unavailable or checked out, it creates loneliness. People cheat here not out of spite, but out of a deep longing for connection, and unfortunately, sometimes that connection lies outside of their relationship. Last but not least, reason number 8, a need for variety. Some people crave novelty, not because, again, they don't love their partner, but because they're wired to seek excitement. Variety-driven cheating is less about dissatisfaction and more about chasing a different experience. So that's it. Those are the 8 research-backed reasons why people cheat. But for a moment, let's go back to Andy Byron. The scandal might make headlines because he's powerful, but studies actually show that people in high positions of power are more likely to cheat. A 2011 study from Psychological Science found that power increases confidence, and that confidence can lead to more risk-taking in romantic or sexual behaviors for both men and women. Now, that doesn't make it okay, but it does help us to understand why powerful people like Andy Byron keep getting caught up in these stories and in these scandals. It's not just the access, but it really has to do with their psychology. In addition, and though the research is mixed as far as numbers, we see that a large portion of people actually do have affairs with their coworkers. And when we think about why this happens, it actually makes a lot of sense. If you are spending a lot of time at work, then you're certainly spending a lot of time with your coworkers. You might also be working together on a project, which allows you to have a shared common goal. So it's really about having access to somebody all the time and developing that emotional closeness that a lot of people need to feel intimate with somebody, whether that's emotionally intimate or physically intimate. So really, the workplace is a great opportunity for people to seek relationships outside of their partnership. So what's the takeaway? Don't let your partner go to work. Seriously though, cheating isn't all boiled down to one thing. It's not always about lust or lack of morals or just falling out of love. It's a behavior that's rooted in emotional, relational, and sometimes even cultural factors. If you've been cheated on, the pain is real, but please know that it is not your fault and you did not cause it. And if you cheated, it doesn't mean that you are a terrible person or that you are beyond redemption or forgiveness. It does mean that there's likely something deeper going on that should be addressed and not ignored or publicly shamed. Relationships are complicated, but they don't have to be confusing. So if you want to better understand yourself or your partner, or you just want to avoid becoming the next Coldplay concert headline, take a closer look at these 8 reasons and see if you notice any of them coming up in your relationship. That's where healing and prevention can actually begin. And if you have made it all the way to the end here, I'd love to know in the comments if you have ever experienced this. Have you ever been cheated on? Were you the one who cheated? Can you tie it back to any one of these reasons? Let me know in the comments, and remember, we listen and we don't judge. Until next time, thank you for watching, and remember, you deserve a happy, healthy, and pleasurable life.